I think that the needs of older adults continue to drive me to lead this organization, and our staff members and our partners all combine to just create so much energy and passion around trying to create programs to serve the older adults. And particularly during the pandemic, it's just given us an extra sense of urgency to make sure that we get out there and that we create the right programs at the right time and make sure that older people are receiving the services that they need to sustain them.
Being a board member in 2020, I believe, was very difficult. And if I thought it was difficult as a board member, I know the staff believes that it was extremely difficult. But the agency still continued to persevere and continue to provide resources for Cook County.
In the 40 plus years that I've been with the organization, I don't think we've ever been through such a challenging time. We had to shut down with about 24 hours notice, so we had to segue overnight and basically set up a whole new structure for program delivery. And so we needed to rely on many of our partners to come up with other solutions. So the partnerships with so many organizations that we've had for decades came through in ways we never expected. And our partnership with the Cook County Department of Public Health goes back several decades, and never did we work so closely with them when we had to shift into vaccination mode. And it was like setting up a whole new not-for-profit overnight, trying to vaccinate as many older adults as we could as quickly as possible.
Our relationship with Age Options has been wonderful. We've been partners for over 5 years. We've had our first vaccine here at Summit Park in March, and we could not have done it without their support. They were very instrumental in us starting to get the people here vaccinated and their awareness.
I think that the people that we work with at Age Options, as well as the partners that we work with, have such creativity and so many new ideas, and those partnerships just seem to set off a spark, and the ideas of staff members to begin new programs are so essential.
Thrive with Pride is our signature program serving LGBT older adults in suburban Cook County. We often think of LGBT people as being concentrated in major cities, and that's true to a certain extent, but there's actually a large body of research that shows that, especially after 45, over a quarter of LGBT older adults are concentrated in the suburbs. So Thrive with Pride works with local churches and other affirming organizations. These churches already have the trust of the community, so we come in and we partner with them to create safe gathering spaces where LGBT older adults can share and offer peer support to one another, and Age Options can deliver our informational programming that we know helps people thrive as they age. One of the primary goals of Thrive with Pride is to reduce the social isolation of our LGBT older adults, which is a huge social determinant of health on really every level. One of the things that I think is important to keep in mind for Thrive with Pride and other programming like it is that even if we're not having a huge LGBT older adult program, that program is still providing a lot of value. It's telling people that Age Options is a safe agency, that we are a place that understands and values that older adults have a range of different experiences, and that we're trying to reach and communicate with folks like that.
We run 10 choirs around the Chicago area for adults 55 and up, and we are the Chicago area's largest choral music organization for older adults. So these are unauditioned choirs that meet during the day, directed by professional choral conductors.
Age Options contacted us early in the pandemic after we pivoted everything from in-person choirs to online choirs. We realized that we were losing a lot of our singers. So as we saw many of our Good Memories singers dropping off from our choir participation, we put our heads together and came up with a new program called the Good Memories Sing-Along Cafe. And Age Options heard about that through the underground network, I guess, and contacted us. And so Age Options became one of our funding partners for our Good Memories Sing-Along Cafes. And I think one of the things that the pandemic helped us to realize and value even more is how important it is, the community part of the choirs that we're providing. Singing is a way for people to get together, but it's really the connections and the relationships that, at the end of the day, that matter.
many people through this pandemic kind of had a new insight into what it's like to be socially isolated and to not have food in your house and figure out how to get it. And so it was a new lesson on what does this feel like for somebody who's 90 years old and not able to get out, not having access to transportation. All of us were in that situation. You know, they now know us, we know them, and now we're able to serve all those older adults that were unknown to us. So a 17% increase during this period was very significant. I think that we are hopefully coming out of this pandemic in even a better position than in the past. We have built new partnerships through the pandemic. We're serving an increased number of older adults, and all of those connections with new people to serve, new programs, really leaves us well positioned for the future.
The future is exciting. We've been here for 40 years, and I'm confident that we'll be here for another 40 years with the work that we do. It's quality, it's good work, it's needed work, and I see a bright future.